Colonizer.
Hello everybody, Space Colonizer here. Welcome to my Legend of Kage speedrun tutorial. On the surface, this game is pretty simple, but very difficult. The RNG is pure chaos, and it's so easy to get killed. But when armed with a solid understanding of how the game operates, you have a better chance of getting through it. I'll start with the basics, then go into specific strategies and game mechanics for each of the various stages. There will be chapter jumps in the description on YouTube if you want to skip to specific sections. Hopefully by the end of this tutorial you'll know everything you need to for speedrunning the game. The timer for your run starts when you press the start button, which will initiate the opening cutscene. You watch Princess Kiri get kidnapped for the first, but not the last time, and then Kage will drop from the trees. You start the game with a red vest and two basic attacks. Your short range attack is a sword slash. Get close to or even on top of your target to hit them. All enemies in the game die in one hit. Your slash can also be used to block some of your enemy's attacks, but they can do the same. You also have a ninja star that shoots the way you're facing, but you have a limit of 2 stars on screen at the same time. You move left and right with the D-pad as you would expect, but be careful. Up is the jump button. Once in the air, you can't control your movement, but you can use your D-pad to aim your ninja star in any direction. You can make a shorter jump with just a tap. You'll jump straight up when not moving, and diagonally when you are. Sometimes you will land on a tree branch or grab the trunk of a tree on your way down from a jump. Pressing down will let you drop from a platform. When on the ground, down will let you duck to avoid projectiles. When at the base of a tree, up will start a climb instead of jumping, and you can climb in any direction once on the trunk, and will fall to the ground if you climb off the side of the tree. If you get hit by an attack, you die. The standard death animation lasts about 3.5 seconds from when you get hit to when you have control of Kage again. If you die while jumping, you must watch Kage fall first, losing even more time. You start the game with 2 extra lives and gain additional lives for every 50,000 points that you earn. The most common enemies you will face are ninjas. They spawn from random directions and come in 2 colors, blue and red. Blue ninjas are slower than Kage and have the same attacks as him. Red ninjas are faster and can also throw unblockable smoke bombs. Jumping is the best way to dodge these. Eventually another type of enemy will spawn, a monk. Like ninjas, they come in blue and red, slow and fast varieties, but they shoot unblockable fireballs, which are difficult to dodge. Monks can only shoot their fireballs horizontally, and there can only be one of them on the screen at a time. Monks also have superior blocking skills, easily blocking most attacks with their gauntlets. Getting under them and slashing at their feet as they descend is a good way to take them out. A monk's fireball disappears once you've killed them, so try to kill them quickly. Sometimes an enemy will drop an orb. These won't drop on ground level, you must jump or climb to grab them. Collecting it will give 3,000 bonus points and change the color of your vest, which will give you improved abilities. With the green vest, you'll get a bigger ninja star that can cut through multiple enemies and can't be blocked. You will also be able to take an additional hit before dying, but this will downgrade you back to a red vest. If you get another orb while you have the green vest, you will be upgraded to a yellow vest. You keep all the benefits of the green vest, plus an increased run, climb, and swim speed. Your jumps are only slightly improved by the yellow vest, but we'll talk more about that in a later section. If you get hit with the yellow vest, you will still downgrade back to red. Note that a monk's fireball kills you instantly, regardless of what color vest you have. After yellow, collecting additional orbs will only give 3,000 bonus points. Occasionally you'll see a spirit walking across the screen. If you grab them, you'll gain a benefit depending on the color of the spirit. Red spirits grant a temporary power, either shooting ninja stars in all directions or invulnerability. White spirits give 10,000 bonus points. These don't help much with speed running, so probably just avoid them. Speaking of things you want to avoid while speedrunning, there are also magic scrolls that appear sometimes. If you collect one, Kage will stop, and the enemy ninjas will drop like flies. That just about covers the basics. Now let's talk about the various stages and what you'll need to do during them. The Legend of Kage takes place over the course of 3 seasons: summer, autumn, and winter. Each season contains the same 5 stages: forest, moat, wall, castle, and finally a boss fight. Each stage has different objectives you must complete before you can move on to the next one. Other than the color scheme and the bosses, the 3 seasons are the same. The game starts in the forest during the summer season. To complete the forest, you must complete a series of simple objectives. First, you must run left until you pass a checkpoint. The first 3 checkpoints are these thin trees in the background. On the way to the checkpoint, you will be killing enemies and keeping count of your kills. You want to wait to kill your 4th enemy until after you have passed the checkpoint. If you kill your 4th enemy before the checkpoint, or if you die, your kill count will reset to 0. When you have successfully finished a set of 4 kills after a checkpoint, a monk will spawn. Kill that monk, then continue running left to get to the next checkpoint. You must kill 4 monks to complete the forest. The first 3 monks are blue, and the 4th and final monk is red. Upon killing the red monk, you will proceed to the moat stage. Start by running left. I like to stop at the second medium-sized tree to kill the first 2 ninjas that spawn. This gives you a head start on your kill count, which is important because the first checkpoint comes very quickly. Monks fight alone, so if there are still ninjas or a spirit on the screen, they won't appear until they're gone. If you kill any extra ninjas before the monk appears, they will count towards the next set of 4 kills. In my experience, monks are more likely to appear in the bottom right corner, but that's not always the case. Monks can easily block a single ninja star, but if both of your stars are on screen when one of them hits, that usually does the trick. Blue monks are slow and like to stand still sometimes, so they can easily despawn just like blue ninjas. But they will keep respawning until defeated, so stop to fight them when you know it's time for a monk. Killing a monk counts as a kill for the next set of 4, so get moving to the next checkpoint as soon as they go down. While all of this is happening, you want to be on the lookout for orbs. Ideally, the orb will be low on a tree, so you can climb up to grab it, but usually you'll need to jump. If an orb drops behind you, run past it and do a short leftward jump to maintain your momentum. While running left after the 3rd monk kill, there will be a scroll high up on the screen. Remember not to grab it. The checkpoint for the 4th monk is not this 4th thin background tree. It is 4 foreground trees past that. After killing the red monk, Kage will walk off screen and move on to the moat. Try not to be jumping when you're killing the red monk. You have to wait for Kage to land before he walks off screen. There is a dead end to the forest, but if you paced your kill count and checkpoints correctly, you shouldn't get there. If you do happen to get to the dead end, stick close to the left side of the screen. When you kill the red monk, Kage will have less distance to walk before heading to the moat. After the forest, Kage will be swimming in a moat, trying to infiltrate the castle. To complete a moat stage, you must kill 10 ninjas. That's it, and there are only blue ninjas at the moat. If you die, your count resets and you must start over. You lose all the time you've spent at the moat so far. There are essentially 2 strategies for the moat: below water or above water. Below water is safe but slow, above water is fast but risky. When you stay in the water, the current slowly moves you to the left, so swimming right against the current will be slow, but swimming left will be fast. You cannot use your ninja star while in the water, but can still use your sword slash to attack. If you press down while in the water, you will duck under the surface and a little bamboo stem will be popping out for you to breathe. The current will not move you when you're dunked like this, and you will be immune to ninja stars. But sword attacks from swimming ninjas can still get you. Swim around and slash at the ninjas, keeping an eye out for their stars so you can duck to avoid them. After killing 7 ninjas with your sword, a blue spirit will walk across the screen. Blue spirits only appear at the moat. They grant an extra life. This game can be pretty brutal, so I recommend you go for them when you're first learning it. Jumping out of the water to grab the spirit can be dangerous though, so be careful. After killing 10 ninjas, Kage will walk or swim off screen and proceed to the next stage. The other strategy is to jump out of the water right away, stay in the middle, and kill ninjas with your stars. This strategy is faster than struggling to swim after ninjas, especially if you have the upgraded ninja star. Pressing down will cause you to drop back into the water instead of ducking, if you need to. If you have the yellow vest, you can swim faster, and staying in the water might help you keep it. But you now swim fast enough that you might despawn some ninjas, so above water is still usually faster. Orbs don't drop at the MOAT, so focus on killing ninjas and protecting the vest that you have. Be careful not to jump when you're down to the last few kills. It will take longer to exit the stage. On the wall, jumping is not only recommended, it's required, and there is no kill quota here. Also, orbs don't drop, so there's really no reason to kill any of these red ninjas. Just defend yourself. If you die in the wall, you must watch Kage fall for a bit and then start over all the way at the bottom. The wall seems simple on the surface, but you can route your jumps a little to save time. I'll describe 3 routes in order of increasing complexity but decreasing payoff. Basic, improved, and advanced. The basic route only uses high jumps. The improved route mixes in some short jumps, and the advanced route introduces a different kind of jump, which I will go into more detail about later. For the basic route, just keep holding up until the top. Zigzagging is generally considered good practice, but be careful not to kill the black ninja if you see them. They drop one of those pesky, time-wasting magic scrolls. When you get to the top, you'll bump your head against the ceiling. This route takes 15.6 seconds from black screen to black screen. The advantage of this route is that you don't have to think about your jumps at all and can focus on staying safe. For the improved route, start off with 2 short jumps. This gets you to this platform faster than a single high jump. After that, continue with high jumps until you get near the top, and finish off with one last short jump. The short jump at the top alone can save almost half a second, and that's all I used to use before I spent time trying to route the wall. Exactly how much time this route will save you depends on how efficient your short jumps are, because it turns out that not all short jumps are created equal. Here's a bar graph showing the full range of possible jump heights based on how many frames you held down the up button. High jumps are all the same and occur if you've held up for at least 16 frames. For the shortest jump possible, aim for an 8 to 10 frame tap, but pressing a little longer won't hurt much. For the highest possible short jump, which I will be referring to as a tall jump, tap the up button for 4 or less frames. Everywhere else in the game this doesn't matter, but on the wall it can be very important. When all you need is a short jump, jumping too high can lose time, which can add up over the course of several jumps. If you need a tall jump, but press up for too long, you'll fall short, and you'll be worse off than using a simpler route. The advanced route requires 3 tall jumps of 6 frames or less. The advanced route starts with the same 2 short jumps as the improved route, but then perform 2 tall jumps. After that, a high jump, short jump, high jump, tall jump, high jump, and finish off with one last short jump. The advanced route can be slower than the improved route if all of your jumps are sloppy because there are more jumps, but it can also save you a lot of time if all your jumps are clean. I recommend sticking with the improved route. This speedrun is hardly optimized at this point, and likely never will be, so the risks of the advanced route might not be worth it, but I wanted to put it in the tutorial so that the knowledge would be out there for anyone who might want it. Jumping up the wall is faster with the yellow vest, regardless of which route you choose. The yellow vest doesn't change the peak of your jumps, but you will reach those peaks slightly faster. More importantly, you will hover less at the peak of your jump, and therefore descend sooner. For each individual jump, this isn't much of a difference, but over the course of 7 to 10 jumps, it adds up. Regardless of how you got here, upon reaching the top, you'll move on to the castle stage. We find ourselves now in the castle. Your objective is to simply run to the 4th floor by using the stairs, and then rescue Princess Kiri. Like the wall, the castle has no kill quota. Start by running left to the 1st staircase. To go up a floor, run up the stairs, and turn around at about the halfway point of the landing. A good visual cue, if you need it, is to wait until after you see Kage's face in the 2nd hole. Orbs can drop in the castle. Ideally, the orb will drop on a column, which can be climbed like a tree. If you do have to jump, try to make it a short jump, and be careful not to jump past the staircase. If you do end up in the rafters, press down to get back to the floor, then continue to the staircase. Starting on the 3rd floor, red monks can appear, but you don't have to kill them to advance like in the forest. If they shoot a fireball where it won't hit you, try not to kill them. Another might spawn and shoot a more troublesome fireball. If you die in the castle, you don't need to start the whole castle over again, just the floor that you died on. If you have the yellow vest, you can run up to the top floor 3 seconds faster, but then the red monks can appear on any floor. The castle is where you gain the most benefit of having a yellow vest over green, but dealing with more monks makes it dangerous. Be extra careful. On the top floor, run to the princess and slash your sword to cut her free. This will start a cutscene. The cutscene will take you to the boss stage. It lasts about 29 seconds, so it's a good time for a water break. For the boss segment, you will return to the forest. Shortly after the princess is kidnapped again in the cutscene, you will regain control of Kage. Go to a tree and climb it to about this height. Bosses cannot be killed when they first appear. You must first take down a butterfly by hitting it 5 times. Each hit changes its color, starting with pink, red, blue, yellow, white, and then finally gray. After turning gray, the butterfly will descend to the forest floor before you can kill the boss. Once that happens, kill the boss as quickly as you can to move on to the next season. Although the butterfly doesn't become visible until the music changes, it is there and can be hit. The butterfly spawns at a random starting height and direction, so you'll have to shoot blindly at first. If you land a hit, your ninja star should disappear, even if you have the upgraded ninja star. If it looks like you landed a hit, keep shooting. Otherwise, reposition and try again. You'll be able to shoot more rapidly than usual, thanks to your ninja stars disappearing once they hit. If you're lucky, you can turn the butterfly gray before it even appears. Otherwise, finish it off once it does. Climb down while the butterfly is falling and defend yourself until the bosses can be damaged. The boss of the summer season is actually 2 bosses, Genbos, the twin white monks. Killing them is the same as killing any other monk, except these 2 can be on the screen at once. If you stay crouched while you're waiting for them, you'll be more likely to avoid their fireballs. The unblockable ninja star from the green and yellow vests is extremely valuable against all of the bosses, because they can't block it. After killing the summer bosses, Kage will walk off screen to proceed to the autumn season. The objectives of the autumn forest and all the other stages during the autumn are the same, but you keep your vest and ninjas spawn right away, so be careful. The boss of the autumn season is Yukinosuke. He's basically Kage's evil twin. He constantly attacks and defends with his sword, so it's hard to land a short-range attack. At close range, he's more likely to kill you than the other way around. Keep your distance and use your ninja stars. If you only have the red vest, double tap to take him down. Be careful not to jump during the first 2 boss battles. It will take longer to walk off screen. After defeating Yukinosuke, Kage will proceed to the last season of the game, Winter. When you bring the yellow vest to a boss battle, you can climb quicker and get a greater head start on the butterfly. This will be particularly helpful against the final boss, who will swoop in quickly to attack you. Warlord Yoshiro has the advantage of flight, and he can come at you fast with his 2 longswords. Like the previous boss, you want to keep your distance and kill him with a well-timed ninja star. The time for your run ends on the frame you killed Yoshiro, not when you walk off screen, so don't be worried about a late jump like in some of the other stages. And that's it. That's the end of the Legend of Kage. The current world record is 6 minutes and 48 seconds. I do have a Taz with a 5:46 time, but that includes RNG manipulation that a human can't do. I'll leave a link in the comments for anyone who's interested in seeing it. I think a sub 6:30 time should be humanly possible, but that might take a lot of luck. There is technically a second loop with a slightly different ending, but no difference in gameplay or difficulty. To start a second loop, press the start button when the screen says, however, ... When you start a second loop, you'll carry over your score, your extra lives, and the vest you ended the last game with. But otherwise, it's the same. So that's it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the leaderboards.
Colonizer.